Hey everyone, Ice King here, and I am here with AJ. He brought his Signar over, and today we're going to go over his Orgoth that I painted for him, and his Signar that he painted himself. So we will start with the Orgoth, and we're going to go into the caster. Really happy with these turned out. These kind of turned out just how I wanted them. There will be stills up there for y'all to kind of see them in better detail.
Should get a turntable.
We will be improving this quality as we go. But I went with, if anybody you know, the Gundam Sasasbi, not a Gundam, he's a mobile suit, but I went with Sasasbi as the kind of the theme and the idea for it. That's why I went with like the energy blade here on the green, and then I went with the green glow because like that's the power source. And then the candy red we did with some Mr. Hobby lacquer paint. Then I went in with the acrylic paint for the black and the gold, and then the green glow was done with like a white base coat and then just a bright green on top of that. If you want, I can give you the list of paints that we used, and you can give this a shot yourself. That'd be cool. Love to see more of this out there. But yeah, really happy with how he turned out. What do you think, AJ? This is your model.
I think it's really good. I like it. Very shiny, very cool.
Yeah.
Very Orgothy.
Very, very ancient evil, and that was the idea. I will say one problem I had with this model was the hand snapped. You're not going to be able to see it because it's super small. But as I was putting them on the base, the hand, the broke right there at the wrist, and I pinned it back in place. It looks fine. You can barely tell now, but the resin is fragile, as people have noticed. So yeah, that's just a little thing we had a problem with the caster, but otherwise I love painting this model. It's 90% done. I got to do some highlights on the cloak because you can see it's a little sloppy right now, but aside from that, he is a done pirate.
Done pirate.
And we will move into the heavy jack next.
Yeah. Everybody loves a heavy jack. Put him on that.
Yep.
Spin him around.
So we went. The head is a little sloppy because I made a mistake, and that's on me. Learning how to use a tiny airbrush was fun. Overall, he was a blast to paint. I think he was my second favorite to paint. Because my favorite to paint was actually the light jack. Funny enough, but we did the gold kind of all over the spots and just spots of the black to kind of highlight the trim. The way I designed the color scheme was to swap the original gold trim for black, the silver for red, and then the blue for the gold. And that's how I went off. I took off the main theme and then just swapped it to my own colors. And then on the weapons here, I did a little bit of a glow effect. Kind of hard. It might be hard to see. Oh, you can see it. A little bit of a glow effect. We need your help to see if this is how we want all of our weapons, because I did the main body without the glow effect. As you can see, they're just simple lines to kind of show that energy, but I experimented with some of the weapons, and that's how they turned out. Let me show the axe here, the big claw hand. A little bit of a glow effect on that. It's not as noticeable, but if you guys like that, I can definitely do more of that. It's pretty easy for the weapons, at least. It is a little harder with the...
Yeah, I think once they see the light jack, they'll be much more impressed.
Yeah.
The weapon was, he'll be here in a second.
Yeah. Head was the sloppiest bit because I tried to do an airbrush in there and that was just a mistake. Don't do that unless you're professional, which I am not. But overall, very good looking jack. Looks better from this angle, in my opinion. Like he's like staring down somebody. He's like about to jump him, and that's the best way. You'll see this still.
And nothing's broke on this one, right?
No, nothing broke on this one. Nothing broke on the light jack either. Move into the light jack. This actually I think was my favorite model to paint, just because I loved this head. The head for this jack was very Dead Space, and that's what it reminded me of. And just from that is why I liked it. The sword, as you can see, you have the big glowy axe.
Oh, halberd.
Yep. And we chose this sword, this left arm, just to test around with it, because this was like the first arms I painted. There's plenty more over there to be painted. Got to show off his dino tail.
Yeah. So I think the light jack has more character than the heavy jack, especially in the heads, because the heads, I don't know, like we talked about, it looks kind of, some of the heads are kind of silly looking, and then this guy has like the shoulder pads and then the tail, where the heavy jack has just a butthole instead of a tail.
He's got a little stub, like he grew up too big and then they chopped it off.
Yep. So I think that just the light jack has more character, and even the weapons do. On the light jack has a lot more character.
Yeah, and I can show you a little test weapon. I'm still in the process of painting the rest of them, but here's another one. Here's the claw. You can see how the painting process, how they start, kind of thing, and then they get the gloss coat, and then they get that real shiny pearl. But yeah, that's the light jack overall. I can bring up the weapon a little closer so you can see kind of what I did as best I can. But yeah, I just took an airbrush and kind of just went at an angle, and that was it. Kept it simple. Yeah, that is the Orgoth. Overall, they were a blast to use and paint, and I cannot wait to paint the rest of them. We will have many more videos with the army box unboxings with the delay whenever that comes out, but we'll have plenty of content for you.
Yeah, I'm getting 2 army boxes of Orgoth and eventually another army box of Signar, and I know you're getting Dust and Kador already on pre-order. So
yes, sir, we're gonna have lots for the channel, and we will be right back as we transition into the Signar.
Okay, so this is starting off with the heavy jack here. Got the shield on with the colors of the yellow, and then what I used was Yandian contrast. And again, we talked about why we wanted to use contrast on these models specifically, because I wanted to see some more of the mold or print lines in there if you could see them. And even after the contrast paint on them settling in, if you can't see them right there, but they are still there. So there's a little bit right here on his knee pad and his upper thigh area. But even with the contrast paint, it isn't really noticeable, even with the contrast settling in there and making that bright color. So I don't know, maybe I just got lucky with my Signar and I didn't get a lot of print lines, but it seems okay. The other print line that was noticeable beforehand is right here on this grill. Even after some Retributor armor and then shading, you can't really see it from the distance I'm sitting at, but if you look in closer, you can still see a little bit of that. So just so you know, they're still not perfect, even after painting and throwing contrast or normal paints on there. Got a couple of more weapons and arms to show off. So this is the Power Fist and the Thunder Hammer, if you will. Going full.
Can't say that.
Can't say that? Is that trademarked? Oh, sorry.
So.
I don't know if it is or not, but definitely an awesome looking jack for sure. The heavy they did really good things on the heavy. So one of my favorites to paint, I'd say, is the heavy one. Still not done with the caster because I got distracted by painting Monster Apocalypse models. So, and then we have the light jack with its special weapons. It also comes with a Power Fist and a Thunder Hammer. As you can see here, fits really well. Doesn't look out of place or goofy at all.
Doesn't wobble at all.
Yeah, perfectly attached. All perfect. Fits right into those holes, no problem. But so, anyway, back to the real thing. So it's got a shield too. Looks pretty cool. But all in all, both are pretty good jacks. I liked painting them. Obviously, they're not done. There's still a little bit of touch-ups I need to do. Not as a skilled painter with the contrast and other things. So
it still turned out really well. And I think we got, comparing them to the Kador that everybody just got shipped out and what we got, I think we got really lucky with the print lines and all that stuff. I think we got the better batch by chance.
Yeah. I noticed on our Signar and Orgoth, there were really no problems at all. There were the print lines, but not really noticeable. And actually, funny thing, so on the light jack, there are like no noticeable print lines unless you get really deep in, like inside the chimney, there's some in there, and then again on the grill, same place as the heavy jack, there's some lines in there. Not as bad as the heavy, but they're still there. But otherwise, I mean, not a lot to complain about on the light jack. I think they either knew how to print the light jack or printed that like second or third and figured some things out by then. And I know my Orgoth, there was a couple things broken, and then one of your weapons you're getting a replacement part for, right?
That was for the Kador, not the Orgoth.
Yeah.
So both his Kador axes, or like the Dire Wolf's hammer and axe, came broken on his. Yep. I fixed them. My axe, like my saw blade, came broken. And update on that, they did end up shipping me a replacement part, so that's on the way. So I'll have that in the update video.
Cool. But yeah, that's that.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys liked it. If you have any tips and tricks, as always, feel free to drop them below. And I just want to say thank you for all the support on the channel again, because it's been pretty insane sometimes. And I do really enjoy all of it, and I enjoy doing this, and I got lots more to share with y'all as we go through many more models.
Just a little family photo for you.
Yeah, go ahead and screenshot that, make it your wallpaper, do whatever you need to do. And otherwise, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.